Welcome to the realm of Millenia. I am your host here today. Be ye man, woman, child, spirit, creature, demon, be ye native, migrator, maybe an invader into the lands. I will welcome you here today, for I am your host, the Millennium Mailman, on this hot take hump day. And I'll be world building for you long after you've already begun to acclimate, fit in. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this hot take hump day as we get into this week 11 Devil's Advocate perspective of men are born to do things with their lives physically. Women are to maintain and stabilize their own lives and the lives of their families emotionally. If you find yourself lacking ambition, think about your goals from that perspective of your gender identity. Where if you don't know and you are feeling rather queer, ask yourself if you are more naturally prone to doing things more so often than you find yourself considering to be hesitant, inherent. That's more so like a masculine thing. When you find yourself doing things more often than you find yourself hesitating, that is more of a masculine trait. So you can probably identify as a more masculine character. And if you tend to be more often swayed by gut feelings, material happinesses, and memories more than you would allow minor consequences to stop you from acting on your feelings, material happinesses, and memories, that's more of a feminine trait. So taking that into perspective as you will as we go about the conversation. That's the discussion we're having. Men are born to do things with their lives physically. Women are to maintain and stabilize their own lives and the lives of their families more so emotionally. Right. I got 4 bullet points for this conversation. We'll see how long it takes me to get through them. Where bullet point number 1. Man's struggles are being socially, emotionally competent as the opposite I'm getting tongue tied. I'm gonna restart. Man struggles to be as socially, emotionally competent as the opposite gender in the room. Man's struggle is not being more or less capable or reliable or even wise enough to build or fix problems, because men are born to do things and do things with their lives physically. So men generally don't have a problem with being capable or even reliable or wise enough to build and fix problems. They're born to do that. There are naturally gaps in knowledge if they never did a particular thing before, but go ahead. Man can do it. Man's got it. Man's struggle is how to be socially and emotionally competent and available for that opposite gender. I did a video before on the difference in the man's and the women's, and how crossing the border for your partner gets you more respect from the entire demographic on the opposite side of the line. When you cross the line, it's supposed to be with and for your partner specifically, because you doing it with and for your partner garnishes you all that other respect and attention from all the other people you don't actually need it from. So here in this discussion is really addressing the fact that more so this crossing the line boundary from a different aspect of you crossing the men struggle with crossing the line because of these reasons and what's on that opposite side of the line for them. That is why they struggle. Men struggle with the emotional aspect and emotional understanding and connectability and the this and that because it does differ from what they are born to do, which is to do. Born with this intrinsic, inherent, natural mental gymnastic ability to that everything is generally capable of being solved with actions. Sometimes there are situations where you got to talk it out, but even talking in a man's mind should thus, if this is a more talking conversation bit, the talking should solve the problem. I can't beat it to death like a TV. I just have to talk to him. Okay, I'll talk to him. I don't understand why talking to him isn't working. Right? That's the struggle for men because men do. And thus it is harder to occasionally socially or emotionally connect and be able to bond, especially with the opposite gender in the room, because it doesn't make sense to me. Right? And that is why. But again, vice versa. Lady struggle is being seen as physically admirable to the same sex for the social interaction aspect and doing what is right the first time you have that opportunity to act. Lady struggle is being seen as physically admirable to the same sex for that social interaction piece, and then being able to do what is right that first time. Men don't necessarily have that trouble because that's a part of their side of the line. Women have a struggle with this because it's across the line. So most women find a problem and they will bite back on this so much because why are you making me try to do things? That's your side of the line. Take care of it. Right? Men's side of the line. I don't understand how you don't understand the words I'm using because I'm not doing that stuff on your side of the line if you don't start making sense to me. Well, I'm not doing anything at all anymore. I'm know what the new reason I'm not doing anything is because I don't like the way you said it. And that's where this clash comes in, where men and women are very much different. And we need to be able to recognize these differences in order for there to be hope of bridging these gaps and being able to solve these problems we tend to run into. Right? Because it's really just a shame that men and women have really begun to segregate themselves into these weirdly named communities such as red pill, black pill, blue pill, green pill, uh, hypergamy, hypergamy, hypergamous, whatever that word is. Pretty sure it's hypergamy, but Hyperion came into my mind, and I know that's a character of some American comic. Hyperion. Hyperion is definitely a comic Superman-esque character. So I feel like hypergamy is not the word, but I'm trying. But hey, that is me, your Millenia Mailman here today. That is, I'll cut it off there and make this a two-parter into a Wednesday, Friday one, because I don't have any jokes for Friday yet. Too bad, so sad. I hope you enjoy. Go ahead, like the video if you agree or like anything I had to say. Comments in that comment section down below. Any questions, comments, concerns you might have. I will read as much of it as often as I possibly can, as usual. And of course, share the video for the more exposure and discussion on the topic. And of course, subscribe if you feel like it. Don't if you don't. What any way you choose to pursue. Peace.